body, every size, every line, every girl, every guy, everybody who don't identify.
Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello. My name is Loey, and oh my goodness, I have a crazy one for you guys tonight. So I know I've done a lot of the scary side of TikTok videos lately. And honestly, it's been a while since I've had a really solid account that I could dedicate an entire video to. But today is that day because you guys have been tagging me like crazy in all of the videos on a TikTok account called Time to Wait. And I cannot wait to look at this with you guys. But before we get into all of that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Fabletics. If you don't know, I'm a Fabletics ambassador, which means that every single month I show you guys my latest and greatest finds from Fabletics. Fabletics is my absolute go-to and my favorite brand for activewear. They carry everything from an extra small all the way up to now a 4XL. Every single month they have fun new styles to shop in very trendy on-season colors. And it has really helped me flesh out an actual workout wardrobe that I go to and get excited to go for my walks, my runs, go to the gym. Plus, when you guys use my link that Fabletics oh so kindly gave to me, I will have it down below. You guys can get your first 2 pairs of leggings for only $24 when you become a new Fabletics VIP. Becoming a Fabletics VIP means that you get exclusive offers to special sets that only VIPs can shop, as well as discounts every single day on pieces. And as you shop, you also earn points towards free workout gear. So it's a win-win all around. The first set I wanted to show you guys really reminds me of the shirt that I have on right now. It's like the same color scheme. It's this navy pant with like blue and magenta paneling on the sides. You have the classic Fabletics pockets here that easily fit a cell phone, your keys. Matching with that, I have this super cute long sleeve top. It is getting warm where I live, but this is super lightweight, very breathable, and it has the little same magenta kind of like Fabletics taping in the back. You can see it just has the logo there, and it's really cute. It's just like a nice little crop top. It has thumb holes. I'm a big fan. Next up, I have this animal print set, and with my hair in this cute little scrunchie, is it not like very Flintstones vibes? I'm very into it. And it is just a really cute bra for the top. I would honestly wear this as a crop top. It has little cutouts in the back with the Fabletics taping. There's so many like details and just very cute designs on all of these Fabletics pieces. The pants are a cropped pant, and as you can see, they're in the same animal print. They're very cute. You have the mesh pocket here. I love these. Last but not least, I wanted to share the Pride Wave legging. You guys loved this over on my Instagram, so I thought I would show it on YouTube as well. As you can see, it's just a rainbow design all the way down to the very bottom here. I love this pant. It's so fun, so different from anything else that I own. So once again, if you guys want to get anything that I showed in this video or just 2 pairs of leggings for only $24, use my link down below to go and get your shop on. Thank you to Fabletics for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get into the truly creepy case of the TikTok account Time to Wait. As I said, so many of you guys tagged me in these videos, and this is how I find so much of the content that I bring to you all on YouTube. From my day-to-day life, especially lately with being sick and kind of in and out of the doctors. Side note, somebody said in my last video, they were like, oh, you watched Antrim, of course your kidneys are infected and you're having all these health problems. And I just want to say that my doctor told me to look at my water levels at my house because I drink from a filtered water source, but it's tap water going through a filter, you get it? Turns out there's all sorts of stuff in my water that completely caused all of the stuff that I'm going through. So it was not Antrim, the physical movie curse, I promise. Anyways, my point being that I'm really busy in my day-to-day life, and you guys tagging me in these stories and these accounts that have all of these creepy things going on, it's super helpful. So if you want to follow me, I am at LoeyBugXO on TikTok. You guys actually got me verified. Thank you so much for following me over there. I really appreciate it. And I wasn't expecting too much going into this, but once I was about 2 videos deep, I was like, oh man, There's a lot to unpack here. There are a few videos I'm not going to show here that don't really add to the context of the rest of this video, and if you guys want to watch everything, I highly suggest you go over to the Time to Wait TikTok account and just watch everything start to finish. But at the very start of the account, there were just videos of the person who owns the account. I don't think she's ever introduced herself, but our protagonist basically writes in cursive, and before she dots her I's and crosses her T's, she tells the audience to guess what she's writing. So it's clear that before all of this went down, this person was just living their life, making random videos on TikTok. That is until this video pops up on the feed where the person introduces us to their home. And I'm gonna just let it speak for itself.
So I moved into this house not too long ago. My landlords live about an hour and a half away from me. In the backyard, there's 2 sheds, one of which is always locked. But let me show you something. That's my shed. And that's their shed. But it's unlocked today. So I get my trusty flashlight, and we check this out, right? There's cobwebs over here, but there's none here or in this space here. Okay, so now that I've actually climbed in, it's not as funny. Look at all this. There's no cobwebs on any of this stuff. Who the Wait, what is this? I'm not playing with this. I'm not playing with this.
To summarize all that just happened in that very intensely packed 60-second clip, this woman went out to the shed in her backyard that has been locked, and her landlords live a pretty considerable distance away, to find food in the shed, as well as a mysterious briefcase, a notebook, etc. Now, she returns to the shed in her next video and actually takes a look at this notebook, and a lot of it is really hard to read.
That first video, I made it just because I thought like I would see what my landlord's stuff was and that I would show it to some of my friends on TikTok, and like that was not at all what I expected to happen. Like, I am shaking right now. Okay, so I saw something there, but I turned and I looked and it wasn't there so many times. But I watched it on the TikTok and I swear to God, I saw something. You guys saw it too, right? Like, I'm gonna turn this. Okay, so I went back in there to be like, what was that? But I didn't see anything, and instead I found this. Now it's a lot darker, but like I have mace. I think someone's living here, I don't know. But back in this spot, I found this journal. Okay, so let me just show you. And you just flip it and it's all this writing. I just don't even... Wait.
But there is this one page where she kind of pauses, and I'm going to read what I can for you. I lived in the backyard when I first arrived. There were 2 sides in the backyard. It looks like that says Fall of Junkies, separated in a way just by tarp placement. We used a generator for... I can't read that. And we had a TV, some couches. I say it on that side because I know, and then it just keeps going, and I can't quite read that. But if you look at other pages, they're actually dated as early as April 1st of 2020. So really bizarre that this woman is finding this in the backyard of her house now. In another TikTok, it looks like she goes back outside, explores some more, talks about how weird it is that there is cobwebs on certain items in the garage or the shed and not on other items, as if they've been recently used or moved. She also points out that it looks as if the door has been broken into. You can see where the wood was literally like chopped down the center. So it seems like maybe somebody has broken in and has been living in there.
All right, so it's getting late and it's pretty windy, so I'm hearing noises everywhere. The noise keeps coming, keeps stopping. I've checked everywhere, there's nothing. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. It's moving. Ugh. So you know what? We're just gonna shut this because I don't really feel like getting creeped out tonight. You know what? We're just done with it. I'm just gonna call that a night.
It looks as if there is something in front of her door, and unfortunately so much of this moves so quickly. It's really hard to see what's going on. It looks like it could be a trash bag or something huddled on the ground. For a second, I thought it was a person like kneeling in front of the door, but it really just looks like a trash bag that was placed there. When the woman goes back outside after this event, she finds that her window has been shattered and there's glass all over this like big freezer thing outside of her home. At this point, and it's kind of hard to tell how far these videos have been spread apart. They could all have been filmed on the same night. They could all have been filmed on separate nights. But regardless, at this point, the woman brings the briefcase inside to try to get it open. It seems not to be going to any avail. It seems to be locked in some capacity, but a few items actually fall out.
By the way, the flashlight stopped working when I picked up the suitcase in the backyard. I wasn't filming, but it was weird. Okay, flash is still not working on TikTok here, so I got the flashlight. What is that? Definitely looks like a box and something bound together. So I shook it and these things came out, just some chain, Virgin Mary. Oh, and this, no big deal.
A few pieces of jewelry, what looks like an evil eye pendant, and that's all there really is to say for this video. This video is where I started getting a little chilly inside. Not that all of this has not been weird, but in this video, she goes outside to her car and realizes something pretty disturbing.
So here's something fun. The car won't start. It was working this morning. You know how I said there was glass outside? There's glass in the car.
There is glass inside of her cup holder, as well as a weird fortune that just says children on it. I don't know if that was there before, but pretty creepy. So after this video, she disappears, doesn't post on TikTok again for a week, and everybody is so freaked out. Her car was not working in the last video. There was glass inside of the car, so everyone was expecting the worst. However, she came back with a simple video explaining that her phone had mysteriously broken while basically trying to get into the briefcase. It had just gone black, so she hadn't been able to access TikTok for quite a while.
I was making another video about opening the suitcase and my iPhone 6 Plus just went black. I couldn't get it to turn back on. I didn't even know that any of you guys cared about this story at all until literally yesterday. This has been going from locked to unlocked, and this all of a sudden got fixed sometime. So that's pretty nice because then I could shut it and feel a little bit more comfortable.
And so coming back off of this hiatus, she manages to open the briefcase with the help of the comments section, who informed her it could be like a trick lock to make you think it's locked, but if you push it a certain way, it will open. So she manages to open the briefcase, and this happens.
Okay, so the kids are finally with their dad. So I'm gonna open the suitcase. I read some comments that you guys were saying it's like a trick case. I don't really know what to do with it. It's not really working. Come on. I don't know. I mean, I don't think... What the... Holy sh... What the is that? Holy sh... My kids are with their dad. What the f... Oh my god. Oh my god. It's okay. It's okay.
There was a child or a baby or something crying from inside of the shed. When she tries to go near the shed, the door flies open and she runs back in the house. A lot to unpack there. She mentioned in the video that her kids were at their father's house, so we can assume that she's home alone and nobody would be doing this. A lot of people in the comments section stated that traffickers will play basically the sound of like a child crying or like a baby crying to lure people in to abduct them. In her following video, she walks around the house with a sage and explains that she has called the cops and they are en route. You know, the sage was something that was really up for debate in the comments. People were like, you didn't open the windows, and then in the next video she was like, oh, I did. But to me, that would not have been my initial response. Whatever was in that shed felt very real and very not that ghosts aren't real, obviously they are, well, in my opinion, but that felt like a living, breathing person who was very pissed that the briefcase had been opened. Her next update is during the daytime, and in this video she says that she's figured out what's wrong with the car, but this was something I was not expecting her to say.
Okay, so shed is closed. Perfectly fine, no problems. Now shed is open and so I'm gonna explore a little more when I get off work, and I'll post an update tonight.
The car works when the shed is closed, and it stops working when the shed is open. So maybe I was wrong about this being a supernatural entity, because how would that make sense? There was obviously a lot happening in those last few videos and a lot to unpack, so I understand why the briefcase was no longer the top priority. However, she returns to it in this video and explains that when she re-entered her home after everything happened with the shed, when she opened it the first time, the briefcase was just closed again.
I was trying to read the comments more, like I said, and you guys are all talking about a baby, right? I know this sounds pretty stupid, but I honestly have no recollection of a baby at all. I went through literally every one of my videos trying to find out what you guys were talking about, and when I finally found it, I don't know, I couldn't breathe. I didn't put it in my police report. I didn't say anything about it at all. I didn't remember. I honestly still don't remember. I see the video, but I don't remember. So I'm gonna go home about this. I'm hoping that it will help. But for now, let's open this. So I definitely opened it the last video, but I think maybe I knocked into it or something because it was closed when I came back inside the house. This lock's not working. Okay, I got it up. Oh God. Okay. This is just an actual telephone book. Sheet music. Okay. What? That's so random. It's all just like life.
So not to spoil the fun, but I feel like a lot of you are probably thinking what I'm thinking at this point, that this is most likely an alternate reality game of sorts. But on the off chance that it is not, and all of this is true, I don't want to show the next video because in it, our person finds ashes inside of the suitcase and opens up the bag to look at them. And just in case, that's all real, I don't want to show it. So if you want to see that video, you can go and look, but I will show you what else she found in the suitcase aside from that.
I'm just gonna put this all outside. What is this? There's the eye.
So a little pouch, a bunch of charms and necklaces, along with a ton of posters, that address book from the previous video. There's just a lot of stuff in this briefcase. In the next video, she talks about how she put everything back in the box, and a lot of comments were telling her, you know, just go look at your previous videos to make sure you put everything back exactly the way that it was. So she does that, but then says she doesn't exactly want to go back outside in the dark, so she's going to keep it overnight.
I also don't want this thing in my house tonight. Yeah, no, I'm sorry guys, I honestly don't think I can go outside. You guys heard what happened the other night. Those noises were just too much, and I'm really not willing to risk that right now. I guess I'm just gonna keep it till the morning.
While she is at work, she posts a bit of an update, and this has some really interesting points in it.
I woke up late for work, so I didn't get a chance to put the suitcase outside. I had a panic attack today when I saw this family, and so they took me off the register, and now I'm just cleaning. I've never actually had a panic attack before, and my body just like seized up. I was so confused and scared, and I don't know. One of my coworkers told me how to like take deep breaths and focus on something specific. So I'm trying to do that, but I just can't stop picturing that woman's face. I'm wondering if there's any way that I can figure out who she is. Like, I want to look in the case a little bit more, but I don't know if it's a good idea. I've been trying to post this update all morning, but my phone keeps dying like super fast, and my head is honestly killing me.
I find it really fascinating that things like her car, which could take her away from the home in the situation, sporadically work on and off, along with her cell phone, which she is using to upload all of this stuff onto TikTok. The final video, at the time that I am recording this, there might be more by the time this video goes live because the series is moving very quickly. The final video shows that her landlords have come to sell the car that's on the property. And basically, she gets into her car to move it for them and realizes that somebody has been inside of it.
So my landlords are here, and they're trying to sell that car like I was talking about, and they're gonna help me figure out what's going on a little bit. They're gonna take some of their stuff. But so they asked me to move my car so that they could get theirs. I didn't have my phone on me when I looked, but dude, that was not like that before. This is totally ripped off, and this one's partially ripped off, not all the way. I don't get it. Why would you do that to my mirrors? There's like nothing else that's wrong with this. I don't get it. My landlords told me that the people who lived here before just left one day without paying rent and left most of their stuff.
So the mirrors were snatched out. And that's where we leave this. So this is fascinating. So many comments said that that briefcase was a Dybbuk box of sorts. I don't particularly know very much about Dybbuk boxes, so I don't know if that could be the case, but really interesting theory. Weird that there were all of those pendants and strange little things inside of it for sure. I just keep thinking about as well the fact that in the video that she first got open the briefcase, she hears the baby crying. She immediately is saying, it's okay, and trying to console whatever is crying in there. And then later on, she doesn't remember that there was a baby. It's just blocked out of her memory. I think that that's really, really interesting. For now, I followed the account, and I'm going to really keep an eye on this because once again, it's moving super quickly. And at this point, I do think it probably is an entity of sorts, but also, why would it have been keeping food in the shed or, you know, a notebook out there? And how long has this person lived in this house that somebody is writing in a journal as early as April 1st of 2020. I don't know, spooky, genuinely so spooky, but I want to hear what you guys think down below. If you liked this, make sure to go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.